On game 2 of the series, this game is going to be Cruzz versus Looney. Or no, game 3 of the series, the Ace game, excuse me. The Ace game. Cruzz had faction selection for this, but he chose US forces rather than Soviets. Not going to go with some sort of crazy tier
Rear echelon squad ready for
or
action.
Lend-Lease strategy. He's going to go US forces, interestingly enough. See what he chooses to do. Looney playing as Oster in the north, and he has not changed his loadout. Still has mobile defense, elite troops, and lightning war. But we will see how things go. Two squads heading left. Extra rear echelon troop squad for Cruzz before fielding further riflemen. Rear echelons grab these two strategic points before moving back to take control of BP, I think. These riflemen moving straight for the fuel. Rear echelon troops doing some back capping. And Cruzz has access to airborne, infantry, and recon. No rifle company on the field.
We got a rifle squad waiting for orders. We got orders coming.
Riflemen moving to take control of the left side. Fuel point. Move away from the area for now, letting it decap naturally.
That's it. Points ours.
Rear echelon troops moving left to take control of the munitions. These rear echelons taking control of the strategic point right here. Riflemen making their way towards the center, and a third squad of riflemen in production to Looney's 2 Pios and 2 Grens. So they actually use the almost exact same build.
Germany now holds the victory point. Infantry contact. We're under attack.
Riflemen moving up into close range on the cutoff right here, and these riflemen take control of this building. Volley fire from these rear echelon troops will force those Pios to disengage into a different direction. And these grenadiers fall quite low to rifleman fire here on the cutoff. These two squads moving to try and push those riflemen away, while this rear echelon troop squad finds an opportunity to capture some territory over here. MG42 squad on the field now, in addition to that third rifle squad.
We're losing a capture point.
MG42 walks right into riflemen, but it should be able to force this retreat from Cruzz. There he goes. Couldn't snipe the gunner. Meanwhile, over here, the squad on the cutoff also forced to retreat, brought down to about 2 men, and this squad moving up into close range on these grenadiers to try and force them off the battlefield. Apparently, those Grens are trying to circle strafe these riflemen. They will force the retreat from those Grens. Probably win against these Pios too. Pios going down pretty quick. There's the retreat. Riflemen take only 1 loss. Should be able to get some territory under control over here. This squad of rear echelon troops is going to circle around the north and try and get some territory decapped. The only thing that can stop it is this one MG42. Rear echelon troops might try and stay outside of its arc of fire and deal minor damage to it.
Are securing our territory.
Thanks for the follow, Mynheer Kanker. And 2 squads of riflemen are heading over to the right side to try and push away these 2 squads. The machine gun is currently set up backwards thanks to the efforts of that rear echelon troop squad, which will make it very vulnerable to these advancing riflemen. Over here on the left side, rear echelon troops and rifles alike trying to get control of this territory, and Cruzz is currently taking control of the entire battlefield. Rear echelon troops will take building control right here. And riflemen in the general area are charging into a machine gun, which just set up the wrong direction. No! And an early frag grenade research. That's such a wipe. Was not expecting that grenade. I don't think that machine gun recovery attempt is going to work either. Frag grenade wipes it again. And Cruzz will be able to recover the weapon with his rear echelon troops or riflemen, whatever, easily. But over here on the left side, a squad of riflemen was not being monitored and it gets wiped. So nice play and nice trade by Looney to take out that rifle squad in exchange for losing his machine gun over here on the right. Pios taking control of the cutoff, and these 2 grenadiers making their way towards the strategic and fuel points. Volley fire from those rear echelon troops might suppress this squad. They're dying really quickly. Okay, suppressed them just in time, but he's just going to retreat anyway. Might lose that squad on retreat to these grenadiers in the retreat path. pretty nice block.
The capture point is under attack.
Unfortunately, it doesn't buy him enough time to finish off the squad. MG42 forces a retreat, and 2 squads are taking control of the strategic and fuel points over here on the left, and a lieutenant has been fielded by Cruzz. After a 4 rifle opening, plus he's got the stolen MG42 defending this area, while his rifles and rear echelon troops take control of the victory point and shut off the fuel and munitions income from these points over here. Lieutenant and riflemen making their way towards the left side cut off, and these 2 squads should have no problem forcing a retreat from these pilots, which decap the victory point before retreating on sight from these riflemen. I'm expecting AA half-track from Cruzz, having gone with the 4 rifle lieutenant opening. Doesn't quite have the manpower yet, but soon.
Complete. Target secured.
MG42 in the building forces 2 grenadier squads to retreat. Grenade toss on the flamethrower does sufficient damage to force the retreat, but not that many kills, and Cruzz will soon hold pretty much the entire map. Looney is cut off from all resource income of any kind. Cruzz doesn't currently hold a fuel point either, but just because he holds all of these strategic points, he's going to have a very healthy fuel income of 31 to his opponent's 4.
Army, listen up. Field promotion.
These 3 squads move up against the Grenadiers, making their way towards the cutoff, and because they're suppressed by the stolen MG42, are all forced back into the base. Cruzz will continue to capture everything, throw up defenses, fighting position upgrading with a machine gun here, and he's throwing tank traps down in the road to block vehicle movements. Looney's up to 3 CPs, and will field himself a 2-2-1 against Cruzz's 50 cal. And a major is in production now, so no light vehicle from Cruzz is just going to rush some kind of tank or tier 4 unit. And a scout car will move to push these riflemen into retreating. Flame burst on that rifle squad forces a retreat, but this entire blob is walking right into a fighting position machine gun and is all gonna get suppressed again. Meanwhile, the 2-2-1 took pretty serious damage from riflemen over here on the left side before they were forced to retreat. This entire suppressed blob is not gonna make any progress. Everything forced back into the base, and Looney will field himself a mortar to try and deal with either this fighting position, that 50 cal, or this MG42 in the house. He still has no resource income of any kind, and Cruzz is up to 45 fuel coming in. He has just chosen recon support.
Pathfinders on station and ready for action.
You may see him use some of the features this commander has to offer.
This could go screwy in a What the hell am I meant to do with these?
Needs 280 manpower for the Greyhound and 210 for the INR Pathfinders.
Grab your shit and follow me. Yeah. Are you Sergeant? Where's that coming from? Resistance!
Mortar begins bombarding the machine gun in this house, so it will reposition out. The 50 cal moves over here to engage against these Grenadiers and try and push them back into the base, and it will be successful. All of Looney's probing attempts for the left side getting shut down. Scout car has been fully repaired and will move to engage over here on the right side instead. The MG42 has been pushed from this building. Looney will take this opportunity to try to get a little bit of territory back under control on the right side. Looney does take control of this building, has a flamethrower nearby to try and maintain control and force those riflemen into a safer distance. There they go. 221 wants to find an opportunity against the MG42, but the tank traps are blocking its path. Nice usage of the tank traps right there to protect these retreating squads from a harassing scout car, which cannot path very efficiently through this area with them blocking the road. Everything of Cruzz's, however, will retreat from the right side. He has fielded himself an ambulance in addition to his major. Might set up a forward retreat point over here somewhere. Other than that, it does not look like he has utilized any of his commander features. I'm wondering if he's going to go straight for airdropped combat group. Let's see.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points. Reinforcements in. Welcome to the death back. Back to full strength. Stick with me and you might just make it. Our supply line just got cut off. Taking fire! The capture point is under attack.
Rear echelon troops jump inside this building, and these two squads move to engage against these grenadiers. This squad of riflemen engaging against flamethrower pilots right there, and it looks like Looney might be a little overextended over here. I don't know if he can win an engagement against this sheer quantity of Cruzz's forces. There is a mortar available in the back to try and harass some of these squads if they stay still for too long. Maybe deal damage to anything in the building. Minesweeper secures this building away from any of Looney's forces, and the stolen MG42 will suppress and force retreats from various squads as well. These two squads moving up the right side flank pressure the mortar into a retreat. These grenadiers will not be able to stand before them either. Everything retreating, everything completely off the field. Riflemen on a deep flank in the middle of the road dealing damage to this AT gun, but the scout car is pushing them around and preventing them from clearing the gun. It will eat one anti-tank grenade before pulling back to safety itself, and it looks like it should be able to get away as long as none of these squads get in range or it doesn't die to small arms fire. It looks like it should be okay, but Looney has completely lost that engagement and completely lost control of this side of the battlefield. INR Pathfinders have been deployed here by Cruzz. Piles will be forced to retreat there, and the cutoff is being taken. The triple cap's going to get set up against Looney in a very short amount of time as well. And the 50 cal is moved up right here to suppress this blob as it tries to make its way back out of the base. Looney has a small amount of munitions for maybe a rifle grenade. That 50 cal is simply going to retreat. It can't stop this quantity of forces.
We are losing a sector.
Double AT gun working on the fighting position will have no problem destroying that, but there is still an ambulance here to reinforce that 50 cal on the major retreat point. INR Pathfinders are moving up and do have access to 2 artillery barrages in the extremely near future. They just have to find a target. 50 cal has no problem pitting down that grenadier squad. Rifle grenades being deployed on the major, threatening to wipe him. And any second. Maybe not. There he goes. Major wiped, but the 50 cal still available for this engagement. INR Pathfinders continue looking for an opportunity and will drop artillery on these AT guns. Late reaction from Looney. I'm not sure he's going to be able to get clear. Oh! One AT gun destroyed entirely. This one gets away narrowly. And that rifle squad will be forced to retreat. INR Pathfinder squad pulling back to safety, but Looney knows that that artillery strike probably cost him the game and will surrender. Well played by Cruzz, who takes game 1 with a tier 4 Lend-Lease Soviet build and takes game 2 with 4 riflemen, 50 cal, extra rear echelon troop, lieutenant, INR Pathfinder build. He did field a major but no tier 4 vehicles, and ended the game with 234 fuel in reserves. Well played, Cruzz, who is the new Star-Crossed King.